What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a long time, but this is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. So yeah, it's good to hear from you all. It's good to finally be back just making content. We want to catch up. There's a couple of things we have to discuss. And then just overall in society, in our U.S. government and things like that. But yeah, to start off, we're in the second half. It's July of 2023, July 8th to be specific. Hopefully, I'm able to upload this in a couple of days. But yeah, we're 6 months into 2023, and I really hope that it's been a productive year for you. I know that it may have been a hard year for you. It's been a challenging year for me, but just overall, not necessarily just life is so hard, just learning and experiencing different things. When you're a parent, not only does it cost more, it also is, the ultimate shift in your life. You're learning how to not only account for the additional expenses, but that you have a blessing. And the best way to describe it is you're going to need to be mentally strong, physically strong, organized. Luckily, I'm all of those things, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And I couldn't be more happy, though, to have a child. I have a son now. He's about 7 months. And yeah, just very busy. So it's kind of been hard trying to balance everything and, get everything that I want to get done. But that's why today I said today I'm going to make it happen. Today I'm going to get an episode done and just talk to you all. So yeah, we're in July. As I always say, I hope everyone has, set up their goals. And if not, it's never too late to start working towards them. We have a lot of things going on. We have rising spending, inflation, the regular things. But of course, there's certain trends. And I just want to talk to you impromptu. It's not like a specific thing that I want to discuss today, but overall, I want you to not take shortcuts, and have accountability. I'm sure I've talked about this in the past, but yeah, so you just got to keep on mushing, not mushing. You just got to keep moving forward, and that's one of the things that I've found can be challenging when you realize there's certain things that you can't complete, or you feel like the task at hand is large. For example, even credit card debts. Like, I have credit card debt, and you have the student loans that everybody thought that we may have had a chance to get canceled, but that's a whole nother story. You have different things, different impacts, but the biggest thing that you're in control of is you and your decisions, your choices. There's a lot of things that's not within your control, but there's a lot of things that are within your control. And for that, I commend those of you that have taken that accountability and move forward. And for those of us that aren't there, that's just something to work on. So yeah, jumping right into it. One of the biggest things I wanted to talk about is finishing strong. I know it's cheesy. Some people like, okay, we're talking about finishing strong. You're talking about, don't do shortcuts. But you find so many people doing shortcuts, and even look back. Look what's happened to a lot of people that were trying to, do the shortcuts with the business funding or with the unemployment or all the other things. And it's just, I put it this way. I would not put a price on my freedom. The risk with reward with different things when it comes to doing things that aren't legal or stretching yourself thin or breaking your morals or running the risk of even destroying or impacting your family is just not worth it. But neither here nor there. I just want to continue to keep on working. And like, for example, I have one of your goals. Say one of your goals was taking down credit card debt. It's still within reach. I know there's a lot of things that you don't have control of, but think about the regular things that you're constantly spending your money on that you you can't afford to spend. The takeout and the food, as I always say, is always a big thing. So yeah, the DoorDash, Uber, all of those different expenditures that you don't really need to spend on, but you're currently spending on. But That's just something that's general. One of the biggest things that's came to light to me lately is it's always been on my mind, but I think is really something that's going to key in how you're able to prosper later in life is who you choose to be your partner. And, whether that's your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever type of role that you have for them in your life, you have to have a similar mindset. And the biggest thing, mindset wise, that I'm speaking on is when it comes to finances. What do you view as important and what your partner views as important? One of the biggest things I was thinking about the other day is my friend on YouTube. Uh, One of the dudes that I really respect his content. I really respect his career ascension and what he does for his family. Is debt free dad Marcus. He talked recently a topic where he was, discussing uh, Dwayne Wade's comments. So it feels like forever ago now of you know, uh, 50 50. Even if you hear that snippet that Gabrielle Union had said in regards to it, watch it if you want to. But I try to stay away from the gender wars. That's what I consider them. But the reason why I mention it is it was interesting, to hear, um, another perspective of whether it's a celebrity or somebody else. But what I'm specifically talking about is what Marcus said about a marriage and its importance of how well not his importance of that specifically of what you do with your finances, how you think together because you are all a team. And of course, people have their own ideology of what a man is supposed to do or what a woman is to do, and a man being the leader. Let's just say, however role that you have, however role you decide it to be in this modern day society, you have to make sure it's something that's, ideally going to benefit both of you. And I find that whether it's on the man's side or the woman's side, we're doing a lot of things that are selfish or doing things because we want to put on this certain type of image, which is far from reality. And a lot of times people are too focused on what the Joneses are doing, or in this case, what, you know, Dwayne Wade or Gabrielle Union doing or the next person doing. You have to do what's best for you and your family, And I thought it was very respectable what Marcus was saying. He was like, might be the breadwinner now, but there was a point in life where he fell on hard times and his wife had to take care of things. And, a lot of men don't, ego wise, that would hurt them, or some woman might look at you different when you're on the low. But however you perceive it. I'm going to add a snippet, by the way. I'm going to add a snippet, of course, of what he was saying, just so you all can see that, because I really think it's important for us to, you know, approach the elephant in the room. And a lot of times, the reason why we can't reach our goals is because we're not working as a team.
I think the key financial point was kind of missed. Of course, the key financial point, I think it kind of went over people's head, and people looked at something that really wasn't the main point of what Gabby Union was talking about. Two financial points. The real point that she was making about her finances was talking about her financial anxiety and her need to always work because she has fears of there not being enough to handle all her obligations. The financial anxiety was the actual meat and potatoes of what she's talking about. But in true form, everybody took a phrase that she said and went off and ran with it, where she said that in her relationship with Dwayne Wade, with her spouse, they pay all the bills 50-50. So splitting their bills 50-50 when both people are worth millions are definitely different from normal folks 50-50. So that's something that we got to put in the context. The bigger point, in my opinion, just watching that clip, was her talking about the anxiety of never feeling like there's enough, even when she probably has enough. I looked, her net worth was like $40 million. So I'm sure she's good. And trust me, I wasn't watching that whole interview. So the other part of it is we don't have a full knowledge of what each person's financial obligations is. We all know Dwayne Wade got like kids with another ex-wife. I think he got a stripper kid too. and we don't know what her obligations are with her family. So, I don't know. She could be overstretched, leveraged financially or not. But everybody hung on to the point that she pays 50% of the bills. And I don't know. I was kind of shocked because I don't know. I looked at the comments and I thought to myself, people are stupid. People are really stupid. Whatever happened to the days of two people meeting each other and they work collectively as one entity to work to a point where they got enough, then their head is above water, and now they ultimately get to a point where they're in excess, and now they can really truly reap the benefits of putting in that work and having that access. I agree 50-50 works in some households, and in some households 50-50 could not be a real equitable or equal compromise. And I give the prime example. If I made $100,000 a year and my wife made $25,000 a year, it wouldn't make sense for me to say, hey, we're going to split all these bills directly down the middle. Because for her to pay 50% of our bills is going to be a financial burden because she don't make that much money. So a lot of times what you see a lot of couples do is they just pay in proportion to what they actually make. Like if I make 70% of the income and you make 30%, I'll pay 70% of the bills, you pay 30% because it's a portion to what the couples make. But these comments really made me realize how stupid people are. Nobody wants to work. And I mean, the comments were just so crazy. People talk about ending their relationships. It's not an automatic when you enter into a relationship that you're automatically going to elevate into this upgraded economic status. That's just foolish if you actually believe that. If you look at the numbers, the normal everyday millionaire who's not a damn movie star or Dwayne Wade, they become a millionaire at the age of 49 or 50. Like it takes people time to develop into the provider that they can be or the provider that they're going to ultimately become. But it's like people aren't really interested in seeing the waiting game and working together to build something. I think it's just is irrational to just assume or want, yo, I want you to provide 80, 100% of the finances indefinitely for the rest of life. Life happens. Businesses are going to go under, things are going to happen, pandemics are going to occur. The slightest thing can occur that will dramatically change your financial situation. Sisters, brothers, we got to think different. We got to move different. We got to understand that there is some value in having everyone in a household, and stuff is not going to always go the way that you plan. And again, I'm not saying stay in some crazy situation like abuse and all of that stuff. Like, no, there are legitimate reasons to get the hell out of Dodge. Okay. So DFD is not saying that. I'm just saying that if economics and finances is a part of the relationship that's a problem, really stand back and take an objective look at all the other qualities that that person brings. If you're wearing a scale and they have all these other qualities, but the quality over here is, oh man, we fell on hard times. And especially if that person had a consistent pattern of like, if I lost my job and was out of a job for 2 years, like, yo, I can't get 2 years of a mistake that I got to work from, considering that I've been trying to hold it down and holding it down for what, damn, 16, 17 years. Like, God damn, give people grace. Men, women, you got to give some people grace. Allow them to mess up without fearing that they could lose everything because the person who's supposed to ride for them jumped off the goddamn boat too fast. Like, people are going to always find something to complain about. So it is what it is. Yo, let's not be goofy. Build together. That's the best way to do it.
If one person pays more of the bills, that's fine. But maybe the other person is in school. Like, for example, in my case, my girlfriend is currently in nursing school. But regardless if she was in nursing school, I still would pay, the majority of the bills. But the reason why I focused on that is she's going to school to better herself. Also, she wants to be a nurse, but it's going to ideally get her a higher yield, right? Income wise. So she's not working at this current time. Why would I put a certain expectations on her? And why would she put certain expectations that I can't do on me? Like, of course I have more responsibilities, more things. So there's going to be less things that I'm able to do that are not necessities, that are more like wants, and maybe at some point when she finishes nursing school, I might go back to school, whether it's trade or whether it's college, so I can find a better career, because I want to do things to benefit and help my family as well. And ideally, both of us with strong incomes will, make it better for us in the long run. Right now it's too much people about, oh, my man should do this, or my lady needs to do this, or that's not what bringing to the table. A lot of this stuff is just corny foolishness that people are just feeding into, you know. And it's just like, come on, man, like let's get to the nitty gritty. Do you want to, save up money to have a home? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to build a family so that your children, if you decide to have children, can have something to look up to look towards? Like, what are your goals? What is your end game? Because this whole thing of wanting to get the luxury and going on these trips and stuff and not making sacrifices to get to that point is ludicrous. Like, let's be real. Let's see. I'll put up the average. I'm not sure what the average is, median households, but the majority of us are getting by, and we're not rich. So it's unrealistic to have certain expectations. But if you have expectations, just make sure that it's with the person that you believe is going to be able to meet those, and I hope that you can meet those as well. At the end of the day, find what's best for you. But regardless, if you find somebody that's paying the majority of things, or find somebody that's going to do this, or more responsible, more consistent, it's more than just money too. Like, I think people, the way how selfish people are, is really going to hurt you in the long run. Obviously, the majority of divorces are because of money, but we got to break it down to even the root of it. Like, is it because this can't be done, or is it because somebody is spending more and hurting the other person financially? Because you're a team. Remember, you're a team, right? But I don't know. I think of all those things. I do intend to be married, but that's some things that you should discuss. And me and my girlfriend, we always discuss, have our conversations. Does she have a different mindset than me financially? Of course, but for the most part, we want to home. We want to cut back on expenses, and we want to do what's best for each other. And say something was happened to me and I was on hard times, she would try to pick this up, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I'm the one that's more serious about finances, but you get the premise. Have these conversations, because whoever you're with is going to dictate how things may be in the future. They'll play a big part, at least. But yeah, mini rant over. Why is this important? Because, like I said, this is the second half check-in of the year, dude. Like, we're trying to make sure that we finish strong, and we don't have time to be influenced by this social media and what other people are saying is necessary, or this person should do this or that person should do this. All of that is distractions. Matter of fact, I've been cutting back on my time on social media, because I feel like that slows down you from focusing on your goals, focusing on your career, job, family time. And in addition to that, it comes to a point sometimes where it's not really helping you. And I've found even the social media pages that are supposed to be helping you or giving you some advice, not only do they sometimes seems like they're just shaming you, or it seems like they've forgotten where they came from. I just find it to be a waste of time. So I just balance it out. Of course, there's good things on social media, but let's be real. A lot of times we get distracted. I mean, it's good for entertainment. With sports, you're wasting your time sometimes, and the gossip pages, or the who doesn't like who, or the music industry, film industry, all of that, So just going back on on track, of course. Like I said, this is general based. I haven't really specified exactly where I need to stay on topic, so I'm just free flowing here. But that brings me to another thing about finishing this year strong and not making shortcuts. To share this mini story, one of my little sisters, she just recently got her car, and she didn't message me. She didn't ask any questions. Not that she had to, but I would have expected her to, because I think I could have helped her. But she got this car. The loan amount, I think, was a little bit large for the car. I mean, it was a newish car. It's only like 2-3 years old maybe, but the interest rate was outrageous. And it's not even about the vehicle. It's the place that she went to. I think it was, one of those I call them janky, even if they look clean cut. Janky places or them so slimy salesmen. When you don't have the knowledge of certain things, and also you have people that have their own agenda of what they're going to do, because it's not like the salesman's going to educate her, just going to snag, take advantage of her need for a car. What I'm going to do when I get opportunities, I have a conversation with her, just trying to find somewhere, maybe like a credit union where we can refinance from this place to get a better deal. It gets nasty out here. There's a lot of people looking to take advantage of you, take your money, waste your time, and make life harder for you. Because I think about it too. She works, she keeps multiple jobs and she handles her business, but I just think about, of course, it'll be hard for her, but I know she'll take care of her. Car insurance is crazy expensive too. And, she financed this car. I have nothing against financing. I just think it's a messed up deal, like on some Young Thug level.
Well, I got a real plan.
Right.
When I signed my first deal, I signed the most fucked up deal in the world.
Right.
I don't give a damn. I just needed the platform.
Right.
I had the plan.
Right.
I know how to get out the deal.
Right. Right.
Like, all I need is the platform.
But it's a bad deal, and a lot of people say she didn't have that job, or say she was even worse at understanding this. Eventually they charge you so much interest and they make the payments so high, and every 2 weeks that they're banking on you not only defaulting on this, but them just going ahead and getting it back. So not only did they come up off of you, hustled you, because that's what it is, hustled you, then they get their car back and they can go ahead and sell it back to the next person. So frustrates me. There's just so much evil in the world, and I wish I had more power and more wealth so I can help people. It's not just us, just people overall, because they don't know. A lot of us don't know, and that's why I in the first place, why I wanted to make sure to make a platform like this. That's where RF being built off of. But yeah, your job is banking on your ignorance. The car dealership's banking on your ignorance. The food industry, healthcare, everybody is banking on you not knowing. So that's why I have such an emphasis on trying to challenge you all, just like I challenge myself, to try to research everything, because that's where we get into that point of where, because we're just so focused on just going ahead and getting things out the way, we put ourselves in deeper holes. We put ourselves in deeper holes, and that's just a life thing overall. But yeah, it's life, man. I'm just thinking about a lot of decisions that I've made, and just decisions around me, things that I wish I could help and, do better. It's just, but, do better for others, and just, the biggest thing is just do for you right now. And we're going to get there. I was just looking down. I realized I was looking down at the camera so much. So sorry, I'll cut some of that out. But just looking ahead, we have July, August, September, October, November, December. We have a little less than 6 months now, but you have time. The biggest thing it's going to be is keeping that consistency, that mindset, because you can say you're going to do something, but you have to do something. You can say you want to lose 5 pounds, but what is your action plan to lose 5 pounds? And how persistent are you going to be with that? Find that fire inside you to get to that point. I don't know how, but think of something that really gives you that boost, whether it's music, whether it's exercise, whether it's certain types of foods, or whether it's just your passions. Don't dwell too much in it, because then you end up having a habit that can cost you more time, or get you on the wrong side of things. So I'm not saying to go smoke more or go drink more, but just things that can get you back to your spirit. I find things where I used to love to write a lot of poetry, or write short stories, or listen to a lot of R&B music. Still listen to a lot of R&B music, just music overall, or go for a walk, or watch a show, hit some push-ups, those type of things. But the better side of you is right around the corner. Once again, the better side of you is right around the corner. Or maybe you lost sight of yourself and now you're just trying to find yourself back again. Start with small steps. If you're trying to save money, Maybe it's a couple of bills here, a couple of bills there every 2 weeks. And if you're trying to get a car, search what the average is. Search what the average would be for your car. Think about maybe getting a cash car, or think about a credit union, or Capital One with their pre-qualification for an auto loan, and just wage what is going to take to get that car loan, how much you need to save if you're going to put a down payment, and then make that decision. But it doesn't come by just jumping on it. You have to do your research. If you want to go to nursing school, his girlfriend was in nursing school. It didn't just happen. She's in the accelerated program, but she had to make a decision if this is really what she wanted to do. And it's just not nursing. You got to decide what type of floor you might want to be. What area do you want to focus on? Do you want to continue education later? How much hours are you going to do weekly? What are you working towards? Think about what you're working towards in 2023, why you're working to it, how you're going to do it, and do it. And that's mostly all that I have to share today. We'll get back into rhythm where I actually sound focused and I'm not all over the place. Or maybe I always sound all over the place. I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, to close it out, don't take any shortcuts. Do what needs to be done. Get the hard work in. Write up all your debts. If you have debts that you have to take over, decide what you're going to invest in, whether it's 401k at your job, and how it's invested. You don't understand it, search it, research it. There's resources out here. Create an action plan. Figure out how you're going to do it. Decide, is this the career that you want to be at? Maybe you want to switch from construction to another trade that's less wear on the body, or you want to do something that you never thought you could do. Well, there might be some free courses online. Just do it. I didn't mean to make it a Nike reference, but whatever it is, wherever you are at your current situation, I know it's easier said than done if you're going on with something physically, mentally, or something in your life, or for those that have that type of faith, something spiritual. There's some sort of thing that you can combat it. I can't guarantee you that you're going to eliminate it. I'm positive like that, but we have to be realistic for some people. Everybody's reality is their own reality. But I say all that to say that is, I just want everybody to have a good year. I want to, finish the rest of the year. I'm very happy to see the things that I've done, and I'm disappointed in myself for some things that I haven't done, but I know that I can still do it. And I know that you can still do it too. So we're going to do it. Let's speak it into existence. Let's make it happen. I hope everybody's family doing well. And if they're not, I hope they do well. I hope that you're doing everything in the power to better you and your family. Peace, love, blessings. Take care. And once again, this is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. Peace, love, blessings. Take care.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
Because this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. Everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, I come to conquer.